What's up, YouTube? Jewfy here. Today's content comes from James Klug. Yes, James Klug, and it's titled, Should We Ban the AR-15 Part 1? Never seen this video, but I like channels like this where people go to the streets and ask normal people, everyday people walking around, how they feel about issues and things like this. So we're going to react to it today. Now, before I start the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's start the video.
Should we ban the AR-15 or is that nonsense? What do you guys think?
That isn't even a question.
Oh, see, there you go.
Should we ban the AR-15?
Yes.
We have President Biden and Kamala Harris basically advocating for banning semi-automatic rifles. Do you agree with them or no?
I do.
Absolutely.
Oh,
You do?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
No, we should ban Joe Biden. I say keep it.
Keep it?
Nice answer.
That's my opinion.
I do support the banning of like military-style assault rifles.
Okay. Like what was that?
Like the AR-15. Like
the AR-15 is not used
Is it not?
by the military.
No.
Why do you need it? One reason. What do we need them for?
Okay.
You don't.
They're used for defense purposes, obviously.
So then they should be sold to the military.
Just in the hands of the military.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No question.
Do you think that the Second Amendment's outdated then? It would, like,
Exactly outdated.
I think most people don't realize that the majority of shootings that go on in this country happen with handguns, not AR-15s. And a lot of people think that AR stands for assault rifle. It stands for armor light, I believe, or armor light rifle, something like that. So, yeah, a lot of people just have misconceptions about this topic. A lot of people are misunderstood about this topic completely, but let's keep going.
Average person doesn't need an assault rifle to protect themselves.
yeah,
There's just no
I-
way.
Yeah.
what?
And also, too, I own an assault rifle, and my assault rifle is semi-automatic. So even though, yes, it does look big and intimidating, you can only shoot one bullet at a time, just like a pistol, unless you do some sort of customization or tampering with it. And at that point, it's an illegal gun. You can't tamper with a semi-automatic weapon, make it automatic, and it still be legal. Point is, people who have a bad motive with guns are gonna get their hands on it. They're gonna do whatever they want, and they're, you know, sadly, they're on a mission to do damage and to hurt people. So the rules against guns should be tighter on people like that and less stringent on people like me and good people with guns. But let's get back to the video.
What to you? What is an assault rifle?
Something where it fires multiple rounds in a short period of time, where it's not discriminate. You know, they're not pointing and shooting at a particular thing. It's
You can fire multiple shots at a time. You can fire multiple shots in quick succession with a semi-automatic. Okay, let me just keep
just
going.
anything in that direction, and the AR-15 can do that.
Why do you think we should? Why do you think it's a good idea?
Who needs them? Besides military, who needs them?
The military doesn't quite use
but
AR-15s.
So who needs them then?
What's the
Yeah,
purpose
it's just a modern rifle. So should we get rid of modern rifles, basically?
Yes.
I don't think it's the guns. I think it's the people buying the guns.
Do you think if they
This guy's smart.
did ban the AR-15, I mean,
I don't think it really stopped anything.
you think they would just use a different weapon?
Yeah, for sure.
The Second Amendment, it doesn't define the description of what kind of weapons you can have and you cannot have. To me, we have to protect ourselves. That's what the Second Amendment was originally for, was to protect ourselves and our family.
I don't think we need crazy big guns like that. You know, I feel like I don't support banning all guns.
Right.
But
So
things
why?
that can
Why?
be-
I guess why. My question is why? Why do you not support banning all guns if you support banning, like, let's say, AR-15s?
Because unfortunately, I feel like we're at a time where that's unrealistic because of how many people do support it. So I feel like I want to get one foot out the door first,
Right.
and then and eventually first start banning weapons that.
Look, as crazy as guns may be, I wouldn't want to live in America without the right to bear arms. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. So he is right. We're just used to it at this point.
Have caused destruction like the AR-15 and mass shootings, stuff like that.
Do mass shootings don't happen with pistols?
That's what I'm saying. But like one foot in the door first.
You know, a lot of people make the argument of not wanting to allow the AR-15 to be banned because it's a stepping stone towards banning all weapons. It seems like that's the case that you're making right now.
Not the step towards banning all weapons, but to
More weapons.
I think regulation.
The fact that a bad guy is if you have
You know, watch out with that slippery slope because it just sounds like regulation. First it's your AR-15s, then it's your pistols, and then you can't even get a gun. So, careful what you wish for, man.
a law is not going to get a gun. I mean, like they actually respect the law. I mean, really?
All right, guys, let's take a quick second to talk about today's sponsor. If you are
Mr. James got a sponsor. Let's skip this and get back to the video.
right? That means one fire is one bullet.
Yep.
It's pretty much on par with pistols, shotguns, anything like that that's out today. What's the difference between that and pistols?
And I see they're walking away. They see they lost the argument, so they run away. But also, yeah, you can make pistols automatic. There's a bit of a right now the trendy street gun in Chicago at least is Glocks with what they call switches. The switch makes the Glock automatic, so you can fire off, so you can just free fire while holding the trigger. So, it's not the gun, it's the person with the gun and their intent. What are they trying to do with it? That's really the question.
And whatnot, though, to you guys.
Pistols is for personal protection.
Could you make the same argument for pistols or shotguns or any of that stuff?
Could you make the same argument for or against them?
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, if you're
Would you guys advocate for banning other weapons as well, or no?
Oh, sure.
You're talking about just pistols and, no, I'm not against the Second Amendment, having that whole speech. I don't have a problem with that, but you've got to start somewhere.
The majority of homicides using a firearm are obviously pistols.
Yeah.
Not that many homicides in the United States are actually even using rifles in general, not just AR-15s, but rifles in general. If we're trying to reduce the homicide rate, it's going to reduce it by about 2.5%. If you were to just ban all rifles in general and all of those homicides disappeared. So it wouldn't make that big of an impact. Best case scenario, you're reducing the homicide rate by 2.5%.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Why?
And I'm not too sure, but I know we do have a gun violence issue in general. We've tried other things that
I think when we talk about this stuff, we need to differentiate between the stats on shootings and killings and et cetera from legal gun owners and illegal. I think we need to make a different. I think we need to differentiate when we talk about guns, because there are primarily two different types of people: the good ones and the bad ones with the guns.
I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like, I don't know, bro. I want to see something done.
I think the problem that a lot of people are seeing with this is the argument for banning semi-auto rifles is because they're semi-auto rifles. I mean, that's literally seems to be the case, but it doesn't seem to make a difference when it comes to the totality of the violent crime crisis in our country. Now.
Exactly. It just seems like they're going after the biggest, most destructive looking thing. But what actually is doing the most damage in day-to-day real world is the smallest things. It's pistols. Easy to conceal, easy to hide. You pull them out, and you can do a lot. You can do a lot of damage with pistols. But again, we're not. Don't attack the guns. Attack the people, or point the finger at the people with the gun, not the gun itself.
Granted, I'll be totally transparent with you. Obviously, homicides have reduced since the 80s, but there is a recent spike, and it's out of control. And when it comes to the majority of those, they're inner-city community violence. You have an overwhelming majority of the new homicides in this recent crime spike that are young Black Americans. It's obviously terrible, but they're not using ARs.
No.
I don't really see why we can't put more regulations in place. Maybe not necessarily a ban, but regulate it as if with any other.
Do you think that would?
Well, we already have regulations. If you don't live in Texas, if you don't live in an open carry state, there already are plenty of regulations. Here in Illinois, you have to apply for your FOIA card. Before you even get a gun, you have to apply for a background check. Before the background check clears, it takes 2 to 3 days, depending on how many guns you get. There's already restrictions. I think there's enough restrictions, but
Eliminate the issue if they did, or at the very least reduce it. Or do you think people would use different weapons?
I mean, it would reduce the likelihood of them using that weapon.
The part that you're saying to start with is removing tens of millions of Americans' rifles that are law-abiding citizens.
And just another quick pause. I think that it's easy for politicians to go after law-abiding citizens with guns. They're an easier target than citizens who don't abide by the law. You can't tell them to change their life. They have no intention on doing so. But it's easy to go after the people who are, law-abiding, good gun-carrying citizens. It's just convenient. It's more convenient to go after us than the bad people. So that's what they do, in my opinion.
Because
and
of
most
that
of the-
2.5% that are using rifles just in general.
Yeah, and you're saying like that most of the gun violence isn't happening with those rifles.
I'm saying that they're not really related, is what I'm saying.
Banning the rifles and the gun violence.
Yeah, they're not so much related. I mean,
Yeah.
certainly all gun violence, all, and it's more of just homicides using a firearm. When it comes to rifles, let's say AR-15s, there's more people in the United States that are dying at the hands and feet than AR-15s every year.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a crazy stat because I had no idea about that. Thank you, James Klug. I'm going to use that in my arguments now.
Like way more. Like it's around double.
We need to tackle guns in general, not like a specific type of gun.
Should we attack
Right?
illegal guns first before attacking legal
I
guns?
think we should attack illegal anything first.
I think guns should be banned, period.
So guns should only be in the hands of law enforcement. Is that correct?
Exactly my point.
Can that go wrong?
How is that gonna go
And
wrong?
also, how
Oh yeah, because the police are shooting black people here, there, and like Hispanics and stuff like that. That mean, yeah, they can have it, but they abuse it.
Okay. So you're advocating that police are the only ones that have it, and then you're saying that police are misusing it? How does that make
Yeah,
sense?
because
They want to shoot all
I
the
mean-
black people.
So if they want to shoot all the black people, then why would you want to disarm yourself?
The what?
The AR-15, should we ban it? Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are basically
of course.
advocating for that?
Yes.
Yes?
Yep.
Why do you say so?
Because look what it's doing, man. It's crazy. Who's hunting? No one's hunting with those things.
I mean, people are hunting with AR-15s. They definitely are.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't be hunting with AR-15s?
So you want a hunter to go out and hunt a deer with a pistol? You crazy? Need a rifle, man.
It's actually one of the smaller modern rifles today.
We should use a rifle to shoot an animal and give it a fair shot.
Was the Second Amendment designed for hunting?
It was set.
See, and look, man, I've never been to war or nothing, but it just seems like, Americans, we so comfortable. It just almost feels like these people know nothing about or don't think about the harsh realities of the world, war, combat, being ready for, terrible situations. It's just like it doesn't even cross their mind. And, they listen to what these politicians say, but they don't target the right type of gun owners. Like he tried to differentiate illegal or legal. You got to pick who you're going after first. You can't just go after all guns. It's too vague. You have to narrow in more.
For protection and, using hunting rifles. Those aren't hunting rifles. Sorry.
It was set for protection with hunting rifles?
No.
Should we ban the AR-15 or no? What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
You think yes? What do you think?
Yes.
I disagree with it.
In my opinion, no.
I don't know. I'm not really a big pro-gun person,
Okay.
so I feel like it's
good?
yeah, it's good.
Who should have the guns?
The government.
The government?
Yeah.
They can be trusted?
I just don't understand. I don't understand. In one breath, it's we hate the government, we hate the patriarchy, but in the other breath, it's, they're the only people that should have guns. Huh? It doesn't make any sense.
Trusted?
No. Not really, but
Why do you think we shouldn't?
We shouldn't because it's the Second Amendment and it's not
Right on.
not any different from any other type of rifle that's used.
AR-15, a semi-automatic rifle. You're not really getting into high-powered firearms. So no, I would disagree. That's infringing on the people's rights.
I'm not liberal and I'm not from California. I'm from Georgia, so we all carry guns and have a gun permit.
She know what's up.
Yeah.
I understand with the shootings and everything how sad it is, but that's because it's a mental health problem that hasn't been taken care of. So.
She hit the nail right on the head with that one.
The Second Amendment's in place to preserve those rights for the the longevity of the nation. It's to resist tyrannical rule. Do you think that that is an outdated right
I don't
then?
think that that's outdated, but I think that I don't think it's okay to have the ability to say I have a right to do something without personal responsibility. And with personal responsibility, it's just there should be some kind of education for it. I think that people should understand what they're doing.
Okay.
I think that there should be some measures in place for that.
So you don't. It sounds like we've shifted a little bit away from saying yes to banning the weapon.
Oh, that ban.
It seems as
should
though.
be banned. Absolutely.
Oh, it should be banned.
I think
You're talking about education around it, so you just believe in banning it. So no education around it.
I think both, right?
We don't have
What?
mental health institutions like we used to have, and I think it's a family problem because they don't pick up on the signs and do something about their own children or family members. But I think a lot of people are afraid to step up and say, hey, there's something wrong with this person, or my
Bingo, 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 bingo. This lady is the star of the video.
family member or a child, or you just have to be brave enough to report it and get help for those people.
Okay, so why do you want to ban it then?
Okay, so what do they need it for?
Self-protection.
No, you don't need a rifle to protect yourself. You could have a pistol in your house. It's not going to have as many rounds of ammunition.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that is different than an assault rifle.
Right. An assault rifle to you is like a AR. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what AR means, assault rifle.
That's not what it means.
Oh,
Armalite.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means then.
As far as protecting the home,
At least, if I would guess, I would say at least 95% of the people against guns think that an AR stands for assault rifle. So from the very basis of the argument, they are getting things so wrong.
you don't need an AR-15 for that. I own a couple 9mm, and I think that suffices for what you need.
But the point of the Second Amendment is not just for protecting your home; it's for protecting against the possibility of a tyrannical government. Do you think that that is outdated, or do you think that's still a possibility?
No, it's still valid. Yeah, it's still valid. I think that the right to bear arms and to provide a well-regulated militia for the United States should never be infringed.
I think that the fact that you can have something that fires multiple rounds per minute versus protecting yourself.
But your average
Multiple rounds per minute, like everything, you can do that with anything. It doesn't matter if it's automatic, semi-automatic. Multiple rounds per minute. Multiple is more than one.
pistol can do that. So I'm trying to figure out what's the differentiator here.
So do you think that people should have unlimited access to rifles? Do you think that's a good idea?
No, I don't think unlimited access. I think you need to pass background check, not be a criminal, not be a violent felon. We should keep these. We should keep these guns out of mandatory education, training.
Yeah.
If the government maybe pays for something like that, that could be a.
Just to state again, where I'm from, we do have that. If you want to get your concealed carry license, you have to go through at least 6 to. It could be anywhere from 6 to 12 hours, and that's Illinois.
A conversation I think to have.
So I believe in.
But training is very expensive.
Right.
You're going to spend a lot of money doing that.
My nieces, have joined the military.
Right.
So they know how and when to use it and when it's appropriate. Do I think 18 is the right age? No. Do I think it should be raised? Probably. I mean.
But we're just talking about banning the gun out altogether, so it doesn't. The age
think
conversation
it
is
should
kind
be
of
banned
irrelevant for your argument.
This isn't just in defense of your home. This is in defense of yourself, your liberties, and your pursuit of happiness, right? Our God-given rights within our Constitution.
In defense of your family, someone that might need help. There's plenty of examples. He could have went on with that, but correct.
Our Bill of Rights guarantees me these liberties. They were bought for with a price and are still continued this day.
Yeah, I'm from Idaho, man. We carry.
I can see that you might be a fan of the Constitution.
Yeah, I think us as Americans have a right to carry and protect our homes and our families.
All right, everyone, that is it for today. Did you guys like any of the arguments that people made or no? Let me know down in the comment section below. You guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and that bell notification button so you're notified next time we post. We'll see you next time.
All right, well, that's it, you guys. I want to say shout out to James Klug. That was a dope video. Nice to react to. And just to round up the point, my point at least, get specific on who you're going for when it comes to guns. learn about the guns, learn what an AR actually means, and just educate yourself more. I do agree with the lady. There should be more education. I think there should be more education for people that don't have them, like all of the people in this video that disagree with being able to carry guns but didn't even know what AR, the gun that they want to ban, even stood for. So yes, more education on guns, agree, but just not the way that she thinks. But yeah, that's it for the video, you guys. This was a long one. I'm about to wrap this up and edit it and post it so you guys can enjoy. Until next time, peace.